Welcome back.
I love how you went like social with it, like welcome.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Eerie Encounters.
I hope this audio is better. So we changed cameras, and we've got wireless mics now. So hopefully you can hear us more than you can hear my horrible car.
Well, we mic'd up in this motherfucker.
We are mic'd up. So we're mic'd up now, and that was the very first piece of like feedback was like the audio sucks, and I was like, I know it does,
But that's what makes it perfect, though.
I know it's supposed to be like semi-poopy,
Yeah.
you know, soupy.
Soupy.
It's supposed to be soupy. Yeah, somebody asked me a couple days ago if this was also in a podcast format. So Chris and I have been talking about just getting rid of our mugs and making it just straight. Well, both. Having a YouTube so you can watch us drive, but then also maybe podcasting this.
Yeah, and just be able to like actually listen to it instead of having to pull up YouTube and watching it or having it play in the background like most people probably do.
Yeah.
I kind of like being background noise. Like,
you like being background?
yeah, like thank you for allowing me to see what's inside your home
To soothe
And-
your chores.
and up your nostrils. Thank you. I love what you've done with the place. The sofa arrangement is just wow. And if you don't have a sofa, I mean, those beanbag chairs are really just giving off mom's basement vibes. It's perfect.
But they also won't be able to see the NPCs that we drive by.
That's true.
I don't know. If we see an NPC, maybe you have to flip over. Ooh, Ohio isn't 2 miles.
Ooh.
Of which, we're in Indiana. We're leaving Indiana. We're leaving Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne's behind us now.
Fort Wang. Dude. What a fucking weekend. What a weekend.
Well, I think we should probably start with everything leading up to it. So we just filmed another episode for the Ghost Finders, and this time we investigated the Bell Mansion in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Absolutely spectacular. I mean, the building is in mint
Oh yeah, she's minty.
mint condition. Like, oh man, I don't know. Like, one of my favorite things walking in is seeing, like, first off, all the gargoyles and all like the Romanesque front was just
Yeah, I like seeing all that concrete art.
it
That's
was
part of it.
limestone.
Was it limestone?
It was limestone.
Oh, so was it all cut by hand?
You weren't there. For
I
that
wasn't
first
there
day.
yet. No.
Yeah, no, that was limestone. It's all Indiana limestone. All locally sourced Indiana limestone. I guess it was all hand cut. I didn't get that far, but probably. And so, like, the coolest thing was they had all these gargoyles. I felt like I was walking into like medieval times. They had so many gargoyles, and every time you looked at like the facade of the building, there were just more gargoyles and more gargoyles and more gargoyles,
Like
faces,
like the gargoyles.
like the gargoyles. They come to life at night.
Heck yeah. They
Save,
Gotham.
I guess.
Is
I
it-
think that's how that works.
Where's the gargoyles from? Are they from like supposed to be like New York, like TMNT, or
I don't know. I never got that far into the gargoyles.
I thought it was a pretty boring show.
I never got into the gargoyles that in depth. It was not. I mean, I watched it, but
I forgot that was still up.
yes, good soup.
Oh, where Ohio?
Welcome to Ohio, also known as that person's front yard.
Ohio is.
Could you imagine just having like, listen, we're gonna stick this "Welcome to Ohio" sign in your front yard. This is yours now.
But you have to pay Ohio state tax and Indiana state tax.
They were kind of in the middle of both of it.
What was I looking up? Gargoyles. Gargoyles, the series. Oh, it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Directed voices.
Okay. You keep looking. So the building was just absolutely beautiful, and the whole front is just this Indiana limestone, and so a lot of folks think that limestone can kind of, I guess, contain energy that allows like spirit communication, right? So you've got all that. Chris, do you see all the stuff floating in the air? What is that? Are those tiny feathers?
No, that is cottonwood.
Cottonwood.
Yes, they come from cottonwood trees.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of country music artists like to sing about cottonwood.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not a country music listener, obviously.
I used to be, not too much now. I find them overrated, and it's all the same song, just copy and paste it. So insert beer, my girlfriend that dumped me for my best friend's truck.
The dog ran away.
But then the dog ran away and my trailer burnt down. So now, hey, it's all right. I got a beer in my hand and I'm drinking every day. And I got me a new girlfriend and she's a lot cooler than my ex, but I still miss my ex, so I'm singing about my ex. But then my dog came back, then he ran away again, then he came back with my ex, and now she's got a friend.
Wow, we're gonna break Spotify. We're gonna break out on Spotify.
And so I jumped in my truck and headed back to the bar. Oh, that's cool. There you go. That is an original song.
Original Eerie Encounter song.
Watch us get like copyrighted hit because they're like, I'm too close to those country music artists.
Those lyrics.
Copyrighted.
Those.
They generate it.
So, the building was amazing. You walk inside and it's all hand carved wood, like all hand carved. I mean, absolutely amazing. Just super, super beautiful.
Do you think these mics are picking up also the woo-woo sound and the squeaky tripod?
I hope it's picking up everything. I want it to be. It's gonna be
as crappy as possible.
It's gonna be worse now. It's not gonna be better. It's gonna be worse.
Every single time we get a comment about something, we just make it crappier.
We go the opposite direction.
The video quality sucks.
Soon we're gonna film with Nokias.
Yeah, we're gonna have the Nokias from like 2001.
Same one Thor uses.
Microphones. We don't even have microphones. We just
scream at a tiny mic outside of the window attached to the roof.
The quality keeps getting worse, but the production cost keeps going up.
Eventually we're going to attach a mic to a car behind us. You're gonna scream out the window, and hopefully you hear it as the wind
takes the voice to it.
Science.
EVPs. Maybe that's how EVPs like form.
It is just driving down the road.
And you got a camera in the back seat of another car. God, I can't even think. It's like,
that's how it works.
They're like, when we ask, what day is it? The car behind has to go, hey, I want to know what day it is. Tuesday.
But yeah, so you didn't even get there the first day.
No, I did get there.
You did get there the first day,
but
just
late.
late. Because I came in from Virginia.
Yeah.
And you flew out to Colorado.
Yeah, I flew out to Colorado to visit some family and wanted. I wish I could have stayed out there longer, but I drove from Colorado back to Indiana.
How long of a drive was that?
Let's see. The first day, it took me 12 hours. It was supposed to be 10 to Kansas City. That didn't work out, and then. From Kansas City to Fort Wayne, Indiana, it was supposed to be 8 or 9, and that ended up being 12 also because I ran into traffic in Indianapolis.
Nice.
Super great.
Old Indianapolis traffic.
So in total, I drove for 24 hours, not consecutively. We stopped in Kansas City for the night. I wanted to try to get to St. Louis, but by the time we got to KC, it was like 12:30. By the time we get to St. Louis, it would have been like 4 in the morning, and
a little late.
Yeah, there would have been no way for me to go to bed, get some sleep, get up, drive the rest of the way, and then proceed to be able to help out with production any way that I could. So I just said fuck it, or I said screw it. I'm going to bed.
Yep. So you got in what, 6 o'clock or so?
No, I got in
PM,
like
7?
8.
Oh, 8? You got on set at 8?
Yeah.
Was it 8?
It was at 8.
So it was late, but you did get there in time for the investigation, so that was fun.
Yeah.
So you rolled in a little bit later. We had already kind of started doing stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
You'd been there for a good portion. Watched countless scooter gangs roll by.
Oh, yeah, the Fort Wayne Scooter Gang.
Fort Wayne Scooter Gang.
Whoop,
Gang,
whoop.
gang.
Gang, gang.
But it was cool. It was a cool experience. Like we investigated Friday night. Yeah, today's Sunday, right?
Is today Sunday?
Yes, today's Sunday. So we investigated Friday night. A little bit of investigating Saturday. I would say the activity that we had Saturday morning was some of my favorite stuff.
In the way of actually seeing things going off Saturday morning was pretty cool.
Of course, we can't talk about that because it's going to be on the episode.
Yep.
But we got some really cool activity on one of the upper floors. And really connected with a spirit there that was just it was really unique. It was really unique. But I guess we can talk a little bit about Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night we can because there was no footage of that.
Yeah, we wrapped up filming at what was it?
2?
2:30?
1, 2?
No, it was definitely at least 2.
It was early in the damn morning, I can tell you that.
So we wrapped up filming at 2:30, somewhere in there, and then we decided we're gonna hang out for a little bit, do some investigating, just off camera ourselves. Did a really interesting Estes method.
Yeah.
In the basement.
Well, was the door slamming before or after that? Were you down there for that?
I don't know. Because I had to go and get my camera.
I don't think you were.
I don't think I was.
So Nathan comes down to see what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And while we're there talking and kind of saying, hey, this is what we're seeing, this, that, Lindsay turns and she's like, oh my God, that's a full body apparition. And then
I was not down there for that.
Okay. And then they start talking about it, and maybe a minute later, the door to the basement and the toe tag room slammed shut.
And you guys watched it slam shut?
We didn't watch it. We heard it.
Wow.
And we were like, okay, well, maybe it was someone upstairs, but it was so loud down there.
Yeah.
We grabbed that door, we opened it up and slammed it again, and it matched the same noise. And we thought it was somebody screwing around with us.
Yeah.
We thought somebody like was like, I don't understand why this is open, and you slammed it or whatever. But Lindsay was like, the full body apparition she saw went from left to right towards that door.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's kind of cool, like if maybe what she saw correlated with shutting the door. There was also, and of course, there's no video of it, but we were talking about how energy bounces around everywhere, and we're like, so maybe it's all that, you know, maybe the paranormal is just energy bouncing around, and every once in a while it smashes into our time or what we're doing now, and that's what happens. But then I said, but that would only really work for like a stone tape theory. Mm-hmm. So what happens if maybe multiple pieces of energy condense and then it becomes intelligent, and then now you have an intelligent energy? And then we asked if this is true or like on the right track, can you make 2 loud knocks? And behind us, I almost bird screamed.
You almost
bird screamed because it was like, you know, when you like, you're doing it and you're like, well, you know, you listen hard for like, knock, knock. No, this thing hit the side of the
bird scream level.
It hit the side of the HVAC system. It was boom, boom. I mean, just perfect response time.
We'll have to like link to the bird scream or something at this point.
Yeah, I got it cut, so we don't have to watch the whole thing of that.
It's almost 4 a.m. in the morning. I came back in here with Megan and Max. I sat over there in that corner, and it didn't have the water damage that it does now. I sat in that corner. Max and Megan sat over there, and we had the most intense Estes method. And it was this woman that was hurt. She ended up getting tossed out of one of these windows back here. What is it, man? A bat? What is it?
Please tell me you have it on camera.
What is it? What was it, Chris?
I don't know.
It sounded like a bat.
Or a bird, bro. That's a window.
Where did it come from?
Yeah, because I came down almost right after that.
Yeah.
And that's when I had brought the night vision camera down.
Yep.
Because, like, we're getting all this activity. Like, might as well, you know, for our own purposes at least, document it.
And let's see. Also, while you weren't down there, we heard, like, this metal on metal, like something dropped, like something small, and ting, ting, ting. And you know how that metal coffin or whatever was down there?
Yeah.
There was like 3 screws on top of it, and I started to drop the screws on the metal piece, and finally the third one, which was like the smallest one, like
That was a sound.
perfect sound. Looked up, checked to make sure like there wasn't any like loose screws, or, you know, if it had fallen out of the ceiling. No.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I know, like, you weren't there quite yet, but earlier in that day, we were kind of, you know, touring around. I was, you know, just taking a look through the building, and we were setting up a shot. It was right after Lindsay had kind of talked a little bit about, you know, folks see this little girl in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to you, like, while I was looking through our group of everybody that was there to get ready for this shot, I swear I saw a little girl. Just in the corner of my eye. It's like, come play with me, Steve. No, she wasn't even like, it wasn't even like creepy. Like, she was just like walking through. And then as I turned to look again, she was already like gone by that time. And I wasn't even like, we were like literally just kind of sizing up shots. Like, can we, you know, are we going to film in this area?
Yeah.
Are we going to film in that area right there, etc.? You know, where's the best place to get the camera? That sort of thing. So it was totally not like, I guess not, there was no plan for that. I wasn't like ready for that. It just, I don't know.
It just happened. Well, that's the crazy thing is, I texted. We were shooting up on the top floor, and I didn't say anything. I didn't mention nothing of it, but out the corner of my eye, I saw like a black cat walking.
Oh yeah, you texted me about
Yeah, on the in the ballroom, and so I texted you and I texted Lindsay to try to confirm, like, hey, has this been seen before? And she said, no case of that. And I asked Jeff, and he was like, no, but I mean, he was like, doesn't say like it's not possible. So I'm wondering if what I saw maybe it was a cat, maybe it was something else. There's a lot of like shadow play, like with like what's what I'm looking for here.
I have no idea. You're pointing at your mouth.
Not shadow play here. Right here.
Right there. I don't know. I can't help you on this one.
Oh,
Figures?
Yeah,
Shadow
there's a
figures?
lot of shadow figures like in that location.
Yeah, like in the basement.
The basement was wicked.
We were filming, or we were investigating just last Friday night.
Yeah.
In the basement. In the basement, we were filming Friday night. We saw a lot of shadow figures. Like, we were just investigating. It was just us. And kind of looking down the hallway towards the garage. I kept seeing, like, movement down there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I know my first time, like, I was wandering around when I first got there. You showed me around. But then you were like, yeah, there's, the basement's down there. So I was like, okay. So I wandered myself down there, and I opened the door to the basement, and, like, I peeked my head in, I'm like, I don't feel like I should be here. I feel like I'm like when you walk into, like, the back warehouse of a Piggly Wiggly to go to the bathroom, Steve.
I mean, who never did that?
It just was a very unwelcoming feeling, and I don't know if it was because it's a brand new place to me and I don't want to offend anybody, by breaking their rules, or if it was something on like an energetic level. But yeah, I opened that door and I was just like, hello?
Hello?
I don't like it down here.
The basement did give off pretty weird vibes. But, I mean, overall, I didn't feel anything that was, like, negative or anything like that.
No.
But, it all seemed... You good?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm exhausted. I'm absolutely exhausted.
We're both very tired.
Like, sitting over here like, oh, God, he's talking. I need to not yawn while Chris is talking.
It's okay. There's a couple times where, like, you yawn, and then you start talking, I said, oh, thank God. And I turned to do this. I just know, like, Kaylee's behind us, just rocking out.
Yeah, Kaylee's rolling hard back there. She's got a biker gang behind her, too, now.
She'll take them.
But yeah, I didn't really feel like anything negative, anything bad there. Like, there was just a lot of activity. Like a lot of activity. And I think one of the weird things, and granted, I'm kind of torn between this, and I'll share why. But one of the pieces of history that was shared with us was that there was a huge flood a number of years back in the town, and they had so many dead that. And let me preface this by saying that the Bell Mansion at one point was a funeral home. So when all these deaths occurred, all these drownings, they didn't have enough materials immediately to obviously bury everybody.
Right.
So, and there were so many dead that there are these two windows that are in the basement. They opened the windows up, and they would have just kind of like slid the bodies in to the basement. And then the bodies would be stacked just anywhere throughout the basement.
Imagine that decomposition.
Yeah. I can't. And so part of me is like, oh, you know, there's a lot of activity. It could be tied to this. The other part of me is like, well, you're already deceased. Are you going to hang out?
Why would you hang out where
you're kind of getting embalmed, right? Like, that doesn't sound very exciting.
They're like, this is my favorite part of my entire life.
It's just the embalming process.
I'm watching the embalming process now. I stay here.
But, I mean, just the fact, I mean, there are deaths in the building. There's death just kind of surrounds that building in the sense of, you know, it had all, you know, it was a funeral parlor. There were so many bodies that were moved in there. And on top of that, all of the funerals that resulted in it.
Yep.
With all the emotional kind of turmoil and toll that it put on folks. You have that in this building.
And I mean, I don't know the history of the building because I wasn't there for that portion. But if I can remember correctly, it was a home beforehand, correct? Like, built by Mr. Bell, is that right?
The Bell family, yeah.
So let's look at the whole picture. It was a funeral home, so you have all that sadness, all that emotion. It was a home. It was like a home, you know, a house home, and you know, they probably had a good time because he did have a smoking room, he had a billiards room, she had a ballroom, and so they were on not higher standards, but higher.
They had some money.
Yeah, they had money. They weren't broke. So probably through some banging parties and
some busting parties,
some busting parties, bro.
Could you
just no cap. These things be wilding on God.
I want an investigation where we film you trying to connect to like the former inhabitants of this house that like you're trying to connect about the fact that they all partied there, but I want you to just use the terminology of today, like it's just busting, oh God.
Yeah, not cap, bro. Was this junk like busting? Like,
you guys
was it on period? Fire on baby. That don't on baby. Know what I'm saying?
Like, can you imagine the EVPs off of that?
What?
It's like,
unless one of the EVPs come back and go, on God.
On God. On God. You're like, oh my God.
Oh gosh.
That's what you don't realize is that is the actual way to cleanse a house. Just everything is just like mount gone.
They're like, yeah, we're not staying here anymore.
we can't handle this.
What is this hipster coffee house?
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so we get to investigate a little bit Friday. We had a lot of fun with that. Saturday, we kind of got some of the parts that we didn't get to on Friday. We did some team interviews, all those sorts of fun things.
B-roll roll.
Tons of B-roll. I love B-roll. B-roll's some of my favorite. Did a little bit of daytime investigating, which was really fun, because I think that there's a huge, conceived notion that you've got to investigate at night.
I can see both sides of that. Just because we got some really good evidence during the day on Saturday, but when you investigate at night, you don't have as much light pollution. 9 times out of 10 things are quieter, especially if it's right next to a highway or just a little road that's maybe popular throughout the day. So you don't have any kind of road noise, outside noise. So I can see where investigating at night has its perks, but it's not spooky during the day,
Yeah.
Like, during the day, you don't have that spooky, it's in the dark factor that you do
Yeah, but I feel like in some cases it's good too, because if you look at the circadian rhythm of a human. Like,
Cicada?
No.
The cicada
not
rhythm?
Cicadia, it's circadian.
So I just go into a tree and scream?
You do. You bury underground. You come back up 20 years later. You scream a lot and then die. You scream for a couple weeks, and you also don't have like a mouth at this point, so you can't eat. You just
scream.
You just scream. Or I guess maybe you do. I don't know how they scream. I'm not really sure how they do it, but you just wail for a while, and then you.
Just imagine waking up from the whole. All right, time to scream.
It's like that Upstairs Neighbors video I sent you. What are they doing? It sounds like a grown man trying to learn how to walk. And it is. It sounds like 7 bowling balls, but they can't have bowling balls up there. It's just like him hurting the bowling balls. You know what? If you haven't watched this video, you need to stop watching or listening to us now. Go and watch it. It's like My Upstairs Neighbor or something like that, and it's one of my favorite bits.
Like this video and share it, though.
Yeah.
Hit that subscribe button.
Smash that subscribe.
Smash that notification bell.
But, I don't even know what we're talking about. Oh, yeah, daytime investigating.
Yeah.
So the circadian rhythm is the rhythm and the pattern in which we as humans sleep.
Right.
And so that was instilled in us thousands of years ago, because as humans, we are afraid of the night just inherently. It's built into our DNA, into our genes. And we are awake typically during the day, right? So like the circadian rhythm of a bat is nocturnal, right? So a bat is out at night, and then it goes to sleep during the day. So one would also presume that if most of your important life events are occurring during the daytime, that maybe you could potentially experience more preternatural phenomena during the day than you would the night. Because if, let's just say, spirits are following their same pattern in life as in death, maybe they're all asleep in that sense. Not like asleep, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and then that's why when you're investigating and they're like super nasty and mean, it's because you woke them up.
yeah, please, I'm trying to go to bed now.
Yeah. EVP, I'm trying to sleep.
We had some really cool experiences during the day. And granted, like you said, there's a little bit more noise pollution, a lot more light pollution. But if your gear, I guess, is not kind of like focused on that particular thing, and you're more focused on the interaction portion, I feel like you're okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your boo-boo, Chris.
Yeah, it hurts.
Chris has a boo-boo.
It hurts.
It was well worth it. Why don't you share a little bit about that one?
So, we were out there, prior to this event happening, we were out there, and I jokingly got on top of the railing, the banister, and don't worry, it's all concrete, so I knew that my fat ass could handle it. And I took off my shirt and I was wailing around like, woo!
Because there were a fair amount of vehicles, and lots of people that rented scooters.
Yeah, really professional, just like
very professional,
top tier. And AJ said, he was like, man, if one of those tractors come back through, I'm hollering for you. You're gonna do that. And I said, all right, bet. Like,
so tell us what the tractor is, though.
So the tractor has a wagon behind it. It's a party wagon, typically full of older women, maybe a bachelorette party, a birthday, whatever. But typically, it's just full of drunk women getting hauled around in a hay wagon. So that's the tractor, and the tractor's like bumping like different type of music, between like rap and Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah,
so
I remember Cotton Eye Joe.
Which I wish I thought about it while I was playing. I would have gone and started doing the Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh, could have.
Square dance. But
Just wanted you to run like Pennywise. Could you imagine that?
just so AJ hears this tractor coming, and he looks at me. We're already outside. He looks at me. He goes, "It's time."
It's time.
And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "There's a tractor coming. You got to do the thing." And I was like, "Okay."
And this was like the third or fourth tractor throughout the day.
Yeah.
That it rode by. So, it just got progressively worse with each tractor.
Yeah, I think Jeff was
There was
dry
one-
humping the
Jeff-
balcony.
Jeff was provocatively dancing on the balcony at one point.
And then I think he also went down to the parking meters, too. I think he started provocatively dancing on the parking meters. So they're starting to drive by. We're dancing, and then all of a sudden I pull my shirt off, and they start hooting and hollering. And I drop it down low, give them the old arch back, look back. And if anybody wants to know what that is, and you see me, say, "Hey, Chris, can you show me the arch back, look back?" And I got you. It is probably the one seductive move that I can do. The one seductive move I can do. So, Doggy's just hanging out. Anyway, so they're at a stoplight, and then Steve's like, "Chris, they're at a stoplight. Go just jump down and go run over to
No,
him."
I didn't tell you to jump. I said you ought to run up to him. Yeah, you took it upon yourself.
It was the fastest
There were
point.
steps right next to you.
Yeah, but I would have had to go that way, and this way it would have just been straight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I jumped down off of this balcony, which, by the way, was a further drop than I thought.
Yeah, it's a good solid, like 12 feet?
Yeah.
Like, if not more.
So I jump off this balcony, start running, get 2 steps into the run, and immediately feel myself falling forward. I trip on like the mulch bed or something, and I roll and I eat it on the asphalt. But I was like, okay, well, I can't go down like that,
No, you gotta.
I'm not gonna lay there. I'm not that type of clown. That's not my life.
Clown dedication.
Yeah, like I see it through, my boy.
Got to see it through.
You got to see it through, my boy. So when I ate shit, I rolled, popped back up, and finished running to the wagon, shirtless. Gave everyone high fives, and I'm like, "All right, y'all be safe, have fun." And she goes, and the one chick, she's like, "Hey, pour one for the homies." And I said, "Okay." And I turned my head up, and she completely misses my mouth. She gets like my lip, and then runs down my chest, and it's like all over my chest. And she's like, "Woo!" Straight woo-woo girls. And I start running back, and I run all the way back to the bell, and I didn't realize until I got back how banged up I was.
Yeah, you get that good.
But I got it's on my knees. This arm is all busted up too. But it was worth it. 100% worth it. You gotta follow through. You gotta do it for the comedy.
It was good. It was good. That's a good meme.
Yeah.
Soup. But it was funny because that was like the third or fourth that had passed by, and every time it just progressively got worse with what we were doing. I remember Brittany at one point, it's like, he's gonna get arrested.
Yeah, she was like, "He's getting arrested."
I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Chris, run up there now. We're running through the mall. It's red.
Go get a free drink. getting arrested. Yeah, Daddy.
But it's all right. They were pretty cool. The bouncers or whatever or the security people that were on the wagon with him. When I took my shirt off, they flashed me. So that was pretty cool.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was Saturday during the day. And then Saturday evening, we had the unfortunate pleasure of being the first ones on a car accident scene.
That was nasty.
Yeah. We won't go in detail. However, the driver, it was one guy. The driver, he is alive. He was doing all right.
As of last night.
That as of last night. Yes, as of Saturday evening or Saturday night. But kind of want to put a little PSA out there that don't drive drunk. Don't, whatever you do, call an Uber. Dude, it's 2023. You can call a friend, call a taxi, call an Uber. There's someone that can get you. Getting in your car and going mock Jesus down the road is not the answer.
Definitely not a smart idea.
No, you might think you look cool, but you're an idiot. Nobody thinks you're cool. You're not making anybody aroused.
No, I mean the way that he ate it. I mean,
it was busted.
We were able to help pull him out of the vehicle, but that car was done. He's for done.
I'm glad that he didn't run into anybody else, or had a passenger. Because if he had a passenger,
they would have been
done.
Yeah, no doubt.
So on the brighter side of things, though, we are now headed back to home. Let's see. We're gonna hit up Mothman again.
Yes. We're gonna get to the Mothman again.
We're gonna grapple that ass. Just, just fat kid in cages.
Has Kaylee seen Mothman?
No.
Oh.
No. She knows he's thick.
He is. He do be juicy.
So we're gonna go see that. We're gonna do that again. And then make the long track home.
Yes, sir.
And then from there, we're going to rest for, what, a couple weeks?
God, I hope so.
Rest for a couple weeks, and then you're headed to another location in July. And then July 14th, we're going to be at Gettysburg Bash.
Yep.
Strasburg Paravation is June something. We don't have a calendar right now, but Strasburg Paravation, he'll be there. I won't be. I work. That wasn't supposed to be a slight on you. I promise. I promise that wasn't a slight.
I'll be there by myself.
He'll be there because I work. So Strasburg Paravation is in June. You go to an undisclosed location for filming again, and then we have Gettysburg Bash coming up.
Then maybe filming again.
And then maybe filming again, and then probably an investigation, probably some kind of con or gathering, Paracon. More filming. And then hopefully by that time it's December and we can finally rest for
a month.
a month, if that, because then we got to go transition into Paragon. So maybe we'll actually get to sleep like a day.
Would be nice.
Get to sleep in a day.
I'll take it.
So, do you have anything else to add? Do you think we covered everything that we could?
Yeah, man. I mean, this one, you know, a lot of it's on camera this time.
Yeah, so we can't really describe too
Can't
much.
dive into it, but man, I would say if you have the opportunity to get out to the Bell Mansion, highly do it. Absolutely astounding. The building is amazing.
Yes, the architecture, like we talked about, is like beautiful. On the inside, you can see the craftsmanship that went into the decor. All that wood paneling, all that hand carved pillars. It's a really pretty place, and you know, even if the paranormal isn't something that you like, you should, if you're in the area, you should just go anyway, because it's like I said, the architecture and decor alone makes it just worthwhile.
Yeah,
it's
beautiful.
You don't see that type of stuff coming out of IKEA anymore.
Anymore.
Ever. I asked for a goof and fluff, and it's not the same one.
Got a plumbus instead.
Yeah, I got a plumbus. But a plumbus has multiple functions.
It does have multiple functions.
So, how are we ending this? How do we end this?
Say, all right, everybody.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
I mean, we could just have like 15 minutes of just pure quiet, us heavily breathing as we drive.
God, that sounds amazing. All right, folks.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let us know. If the quality of the video is too good, please let us know. If it's not good enough, also let us know.
Make sure when you start mounting our microphones to the car behind us.
Yeah, we'll keep the chase car in every vehicle, or in every episode now, so we'll be able to just kind of, we'll put the audio in the trunk, and
yeah, put the mics in the trunk.
yeah, the camera will be just in the glove box, just bouncing around. 2 car lengths away.
Good stuff.
So,
All right, everybody.
we'll talk to y'all later.
See you guys.